I'm making some spring green pesto. I just thought I'd show you what I'm using. So this is just from the garden. These are 3-cornered leek, which is like wild garlic. We don't get wild garlic here in Sark because this is everywhere. So instead of having wild garlic, we have this, which are these little white flowers. And yeah, the stems are kind of, it's why it's called 3-cornered leek, is that it's in a sort of triangle, a triangular shaped stalks with these little white flowers on the end. And they really smell of onion, and you can tell that they're them. Then dandelion leaves, got some dandelion leaves. I got some nettle tips and some cleaver and some fennel and some lemon balm. And that's just some greens that I found in the garden. So I'm going to give those a wash and then just stick them in the blender, and then I'll taste it. With pesto though, what you want to do is you use quite a lot of olive oil. But I'll show you, I'll test it to see whether we need garlic or not. I'm going to give them a wash. I am also using plantain, which is, this is Lance plantain, I think it's called. And it's, you get the seed, the stems with the little spear-like seed pods at the top, like dark brown. And it's in the grass everywhere. The leaves sometimes get really big. There were some amazing big leaves just down by the water pump, but the trimmer cut them all down. I couldn't believe it. That was like really looking forward to harvesting it. I'm washing all of these in hot water because it will stop the stings. You're blanching the stinging nettles and it stops them from stinging your mouth. So stinging nettles are incredible antihistamine, and stinging nettles are English superfoods, so they're amazing for everything, but they're really good for giving you strength. They're full of iron, they're full of calcium, loads of vitamins, and they have antihistamines, so they're good for hay fever. Plantain is really good for hay fever and reducing mucus production, so like it stops you from, so it helps with colds and sneezing. Not totally sure what the 3-cornered leek is good for. I'm sure it's good for some things, but it's the flavour. Cleavers are really good for the urinary tract and just amazing for like kind of clearing you out. Dandelions are good for everything. Dandelions help you with many different things. Again, they're good for hay fever and diuretic, like, so they're good for the urinary tract as well. And I don't have any navel wort in there. That's something that I would normally put in there, but I don't really have any navel wort in the garden, so this is just made out of what's in the garden. What was the other thing? I think that's it. Oh yeah, and I put a bit of lemon balm and fennel in. Fennel is really good for inspiration and it's kind of lifting, so is lemon balm good for depression, things like that. So I just put a bit of them in just to get a little bit of flavour. So then what you do is you want to put loads of olive oil in because you need to make it kind of liquidy. So yeah, it's not, don't be shy with the olive oil. And then you can put in a big bit of salt, pepper, and I'm going to test to see whether to put garlic in or not once I've done it. And then I put in like an assortment of nuts and seeds. So I have a big bag of dried nuts that I always have in the house. So it's just a handful of dried nuts. They're meant to be almonds, but I just use the nuts I've got, and then a bunch of seeds. And then we'll whisk that together and see what it's like and whether we need to add garlic. Doesn't that look amazing? And that is just the colour of chloroform, isn't it? It's just chlorophyll. Not chlorophyll. That's what you knock people out with, isn't it? Chlorophyll. I mean, how healthy and amazing is that? Right, so moment of truth. Let's just see what that tastes like. That's, yeah, doesn't need garlic. Oh, that's amazing. I love it so much. Oh my God, I love it so much. So I eat this just with oatcakes, just shovel it in. It's really good. So for lunches, I normally have a piece of fish, which I will put on tinfoil and bake in the oven with some slices of garlic on the top. So like a piece of salmon with some slices of garlic over the top, some dill and a few cherry tomatoes. Bake it for 20 minutes, like 180, and then steam a load of vegetables, and then have vegetables with fish on top, and then big dollop of this on the top, and it's just amazing. But you can just eat this like you would hummus. It's just so good, and it's so good for you. It's so full of goodness. I literally live off this stuff. So yeah, that's foraging wild green, spring green pesto. I'm actually going to try freezing it because I want to know whether I can, because then I can make a load out of the spring greens that are still around and then use them, you know, into the summer, because they're all about to go on the turn. So I'll let you know how that goes. But yeah, enjoy.